Okay, wow, this is the in-game model for Sigma. Now, you guys wouldn't have seen this if you watched the origin story on Instagram or if you watched it on Twitter. But if you watch the YouTube video, at the end of the clip, it shows you the in-game model for the hero. Now, this is massive because in the previous video you guys have no doubt watched, I did a lot of speculation from the origin trailer. What could his abilities be? And we are going to use some of that in this video, but because we can see the in-game model, it means we can make way more accurate predictions on what his abilities could be. Now, I want to focus on what he's holding in his hand, or what is hovering in his right hand. These are two orbs. Now, we know from the origin trailer, these appear to be mini singularities. So, I believe these could be some form of mini black hole bomb. This could be his primary attack. Now, this could work in a load of ways. It could be two charges. It could be you throw one of them down and you have to throw the other one down, and maybe it completes a circuit and something happens. Or, if they are singularities, that would indicate that they've got infinite mass. So if he throws them down, it might cause a slowing effect in that area, which could be super cool. He's a tank. We 100% think this guy is a tank. So maybe some sort of slowing effect on his primary attack could be cool, or it could just be straight up a damage attack. We don't know until we get him on PTR, which hopefully will happen really, really soon. Next up, I want to focus on his left arm. Now, his left arm, you don't see this in the origin trailer, that looks like a barrier generator. That looks like what Reinhardt has got on his arm, but like a small sort of slimmed down version. So maybe it's not as big. Maybe it's a deployable barrier like Orisa. We don't really know, because remember, he's got this whole sort of gravity aspect to him, so potentially he can move his barrier around. Because when we look at the abilities that heroes have got in the game, I don't think they're just going to straight up give him a barrier like what Reinhardt's got, because Reinhardt's got that barrier. That's Reinhardt's niche. So what do? Do you give him a stationary deployable barrier? Well, maybe not, because that's Orisa's niche. Well, what barrier don't we have? A mobile barrier. So it's probably a mobile barrier. I mean, hell, it could be like, do you remember the Symmetra barrier from a long time ago? From the first Symmetra remake, where she could kind of throw it? Maybe it's something like that. Yeah, but that looks like a barrier, like projector, generator, or whatever to me. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Okay, so looking at the origin trailer, we get this screen. Now, I think this is showing some sort of mass throw ability. So he's throwing mass. He's ripping up the earth and throwing it towards people. In the previous video, I believe this is probably going to be like maybe his ranged attack. Like he can pick up a boulder and throw it through the power of gravity. But then if he's also got these orbs in his hand, then would he have like multiple ranged attacks? I don't know. Could this be some sort of area denial attack? Again, we don't know. It's just pure speculation, but why would they put that in the trailer if like it wasn't some sort of ability? The next thing, and the final thing we're going to look at in this video, is this. This has to be his ultimate. This is the black hole, the singularity, the thing he was trying to create, which caused all of this damage to him, which turned him into Sigma. This must be his ultimate ability. Now, we've already got a black hole in the game, haven't we, really? If you think about it, we've got Graviton Surge, and that sucks you towards it. So they can't have the same ultimate. So how would this be different? Well, I think there's a couple of ways it can be different. The first way is it is massive. So it's like Mei's ultimate. So it hits the ground, large area of effect, and it causes slowing effects to people. But then would that be too similar to Mei's? Possibly. Maybe it does something like it forces you out of an area, because Mei's freezes you in position in an area. Maybe this could be some sort of repulsor style gravity attack, where instead of being sucked into it like Graviton Surge, it blows you like out and sort of knocks you around. Possibly that's what it could be. So I've made this screen here, which sort of I think is what we're looking at with his abilities. So mini black hole bombs for a primary attack, possibly on 2 charges, possibly has to throw both to cause them to detonate. A mass throw ability, which could be some sort of AoE attack, some sort of, I don't know, slow, I don't know what that could be. An additional ranged attack for him, maybe. He's definitely got a barrier on his arm. That is definitely a barrier. I believe that's a barrier. He needs a barrier if he's a tank hero, because, like, what's he going to do? I mean, you could throw some mad theories out and say maybe that's something which sort of eats mass. So or like he collects mass through it. I don't know, but how would that be a tank? I mean, I guess maybe that could be like an off tank in that way. I don't know. But I think that's a barrier. Then you've got Singularity Ultimate, which... there's got to be his ultimate, right? Because it's the big flashy thing they showed off in the origin story. Anyway, guys, this is way better speculation than the previous video, because we had this. Like, this screen tells us a lot, but when we take both the in-game model and the origin story and smash them together, I think we can work out some, you know, pretty obvious things. But you guys let me know what you think about in the comments below. The only issue I've got with this is this might be too many abilities I've looked at here, and maybe he doesn't have mass throw, maybe that singularity thing isn't his ultimate, maybe he doesn't have a barrier, we don't know. All right. Anyway, guys, I've been Stylos, this is Lost. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I'll catch you lovely lot on the next one. Toodaloo.